Welcome to the second episode in English. This one was recorded in Portugal and my guest was a marine biology student, João. He told me about a very old academic tradition which partially inspired J.K. Rowling when she was writing Harry Potter. If you want to know more, keep listening and I hope you will enjoy this episode.
Dura lex, sed lex. The law is harsh, but it is the law. This is the motto that inspired Praxe, the Portuguese initiation ritual that freshman students go through during their first year of university. They commit to do everything that the senior students tell them to. Eat garlic, lay in the mud, or simulate sexual acts. Praxe sparks a huge controversy as some of the practices and challenges are humiliating for the new students or even dangerous. Today I have invited João, who studies marine biology here in Faro and who experienced this crazy Portuguese tradition himself. Bem-vindo, João. Welcome here.
Hello, everybody.
So everything started, allegedly, in the 14th century in the University of Coimbra, the city where you come from.
Yes.
I want to know, what did you think about Praxe before you went to the uni? Because I suppose that your friends, like your older friends, were speaking about it, telling you something about it. So were you looking forward to do it, or were you scared or something?
Yes, I always looked forward to do Praxe since I was young, because I heard the stories of the older people. But at the same time, I was kind of scared because of this controversy that exists. And since Praxe is not the same in every place, I didn't know before coming to this university that it would be similar to as my friends had done it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you started your studies at University of Algarve,
yes.
Right? So you moved to a different city. Why do you think that people do Praxe?
I think people do Praxe. I mean, do or...
Why do they want to do it?
They want to do it to others, or they want to be integrated because they are...
Maybe both, actually. My question was, like, why the new students do it, but actually you've got a good point, yeah.
All right, okay. As a new student, in my point of view, I wanted to do it because I wanted to feel integrated and to meet lots of people. Because supposedly the point of Praxe is for you to meet people, be integrated in the academic community, make new friends. And for me, I came from a different city, so I didn't know anybody here on the south of Portugal. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go make new friends. And it was in my course, it's just 1 week of Praxe. In many others can be like 1 year, for example. And since it was just 1 week, I thought, okay, let's go in 1 week. I'm going to make lots of friends, go to parties, enjoy, and study here. It's gonna be cool. That's what I thought, yeah.
And why do you think the older students do it for the younger ones?
The ones that
the senior students?
The seniors, because they had a good experience or not. It can be kind of complex, I think, because I think this is also some of human psychology, like the way that people do it, because as I said, it's different in every place. Like I can say why they do it mostly in my place, because our course is kind of united. So it has a big community behind it. Some people can be more mean, others can be more chill. I don't know.
yeah, of course. It always depends. Because to join Praxe is not obligatory, right? People don't have to go officially.
Yes.
But aren't they like socially forced to do it because what happens to the people who don't want to go? Are they like outsiders who are excluded?
In my course, nobody excludes no one. The people that do it or not do it, they are invited to be on the place as others that are doing the Praxe. Like they can be there and socialize too. They are not forced.
So not even unofficially, kind of that others look at them like, okay, you are pussies because you didn't join? Not at all? This didn't happen?
I mean, some people might think that way, yes. They might discriminate more others, but I never seen that happening.
That's good. That's good to hear.
What I hear mostly happening is when somebody is doing the praxe and then they quit halfway. Maybe then in that situation, what you are saying, yes, I've seen happening. People being discriminating, say like you are weak, like you are not going to finish this.
Do you know how many people approximately didn't join Praxe? Like how many of you, like if it was half of the people, or maybe like 30%, 10% didn't go?
Every year, I feel like there is less and less people joining the Praxe. I did my Praxe in 2015, so when I did it, I had a big adherence, big people coming to join.
So it's less and less now?
Less and less. In my time, I felt like we were about 100 on the first day. And then each day less and less because people start to quit because they can't take it.
But do you have to sign some official document when you are starting to take Praxe? Is there something like that?
Yes,
paper?
It's the entire Praxe is regulated by the MCV, by the people that do the Praxe, by the police, and of course the police. The police has to regulate Praxe too, because the police works with the MCV.
So MCV is the students' organization
Yes.
of the senior students?
The senior students organizations that control the Praxe. They make sure that everything is clear, that nobody will do nothing bad to others, that there will be no harm, no damage to people. They go and check what is going on every day during this week of Praxe. But the rules that they have, it's different from each university.
And what is the role of the police? What does the police do?
The police...
They are just checking?
Like the MCV has to have a good relation with the police because they are there first. And the police also comes to see if everything is okay. They can, if the MCV calls the police saying that someone is doing harm to others, of course they will evaluate the situation, but the police will take into consideration what they are saying because they are supposed to regulate everything.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So you signed the official document.
Yes.
What does it say? What is written in it? Do you remember?
Okay. I didn't sign this paper, but I know what it has because when I got in, when you are under 18, because when I started university I was 17. So when you are under 18, your parents or somebody that takes care of you has to sign this paper saying that they allow others to do Praxe to you. And when you are above 18, you sign this paper yourself. Basically, this paper says that you are not forced to do any of the activities and you have come to belong to the Praxe community by your own self-decision. You were not forced and that you agree with being here. So when you sign this paper, the people that do Praxe to you can also protect themselves. Because although it's very controversial for people that are doing it, also people that are receiving it are on the journey to say so. Some people are also crazy. They do crazy things, like they say somebody eat them or they fake things. I've seen this happening.
Really?
Like
they were faking...
Some people fake things just to get... They don't want to be in Praxe and maybe they don't feel like they have the strength to say, I want to quit. So they fake some situation that can be very bad to say about someone, like I did the sexual abuse to you or I made you do something very bad. That's harsh. So you sign this paper. Of course, this paper doesn't allow them to do whatever they want with you. That's not what I'm saying. But it's a way for things to be more chill, because very controversial topic.
Does the paper also say something about that you can quit at any moment?
Yes.
Or
yes.
If you don't feel safe?
Indeed.
Yeah?
I forgot to say that. That's important too.
Okay, so let's look at how what it looks like during this week. So I heard that there is this code, like a special book of all the rules, where all the rules are written for every faculty or every university.
Yes.
Is it called Código da Praxe?
Yes,
Am I
indeed.
saying it right?
And they have a court too.
They have their own court?
Yeah, with judges. Wow. Like if you don't do the code, you go to the court.
Wow. So so where do you know where the code came from? Is it from very old times?
I think it's from very old times, but it's altered through these dukes, which is the one most on top.
Yeah.
These dukes, he can alter it with other people, I think.
And how do the students get money to organize all these activities and all these parties?
Okay. So, in my course, how we do it is through 3 years. We sell sweatshirts like the one I'm wearing now. We sell alcohol. We organize parties. We sell food. We do barbecues, events. We communicate with discos to be able to work on their disco parties, and we organize with the university too to do parties inside the university.
So it's the freshman students, the new students, who are fundraising the money. They are trying to get the money, not the senior students.
The seniors, first they were freshmen. So when the seniors always pay everything to the freshmen for 1 week. That's why we get the money.
Okay.
But this is just in my course, which is marine biology. In others, they have other activities. I don't know how they work, but in here, in mine, this is how it works. For these 3 years, the freshmen, the ones that can make the praxe, they are in a group. And the group will raise this money during these 3 years, so that when they are seniors, they can pay to the freshmen and make the praxe for 1 week.
That's really smart, actually. And do you know if they are also getting money from the university?
No? The university doesn't give any money to this.
So it's not like, because the university, of course, they know that this is happening.
Yes.
But are they supporting it officially? Do you know?
I mean, since it's so controversial, it's not so supported now. It's kind of like an organization of students that do things by themselves.
So it's more like the university knows, but they are closing their eyes?
No, they are taking more and more action. Because since that case that happened in Portugal, where people died, every university opened their eyes, and then they have way more control. Because before this was like Texas, completely crazy. But now I feel like during these years they are more regulated, more controlled, more people checking, so that there are no atrocities, to say so.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So
let's get to the juicy part. What type of activities did you have to do during your praxe?
Okay, so
it's getting interesting.
Yeah. Oof, okay, let's go. During my praxe, You want to start how? From very dirty things to more chill things?
Start wherever you want. Maybe start in the beginning.
Okay, I will start. On the first day, we went behind the university building of our faculty of science, and we went behind it, and then we were with all the freshmen on a big circle with our knees on the floor, and then all the seniors would tell us like, look down, you can't look me in the face, you have to have your knees on the floor, but you don't have to have your knees always, it's just sometimes. And they, on the first day, they identify you. You have like a plate on your chest. You wear it like a necklace with a plate. And on this plate says your name, where you're from. They ask if you have disease, if you are allergic to anything, so that nobody does something that will physically, permanently harm you. So after this, they choose a nickname for you. My nickname is Twerk.
What does it mean?
Twerk, like the dance move. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I thought it's a Portuguese word as well.
They just choose they can choose a random nickname for you, or it can have a meaning. Mine was just random. They looked at me and said, "Oh, you are Twerk now," and I was like, "Okay, thank you very much." But then I had to do the twerk all the time because of this. But the funny thing is, since this moment, that's for the past 6 years, 7, that everybody calls me Twerk.
Oh, so
and most people, it stays with you. When you belong to Praxe, the name that they give you, it stays with you forever, I think. And most people don't even know your real name. Like, most people don't know I'm called João.
Wow.
They think I'm Twerk.
Wow.
It has happened many times.
Okay, yeah. So they give you a nickname?
Yes. Then after this, because it's morning and it's early, everybody, the seniors, they take you to class, because during this week of Praxe, you can't miss class, because nobody wants the teachers and the older people of the university to say that students are mixing class because of this activity, because of Praxe. So the seniors, even if you don't want to go, they make you go to class.
So even if you are drunk or didn't sleep,
no, nobody gives you alcohol. Like they give you alcohol in mine, but they don't give you alcohol inside university because it's forbidden. Like it's university, so nobody's going to make you like do like a drink, smoke. Like nobody's going to tell you that. So you are sober, at least during the day, and then they make you go to all the classes. And between these classes, you have the time where you don't have a class in between them, and then between them you get the praxe.
Okay, so that's when you do, because I always thought that it's after university.
It's after and during.
Okay.
It's 24 hours during a week, basically.
So
the only time you have to sleep is like few hours on this week. At least in my time. Now it might be different.
So then you sleep at the classes.
Yes. And sometimes I was drunk too, because from the night before.
Yeah. So during the day, you're doing these challenges?
Yes.
Or some kind of activities?
Yes, you have lots of activities.
What was the worst or hardest thing you had to do?
That's kind of rough, honestly. I have many hard things I had to do. But for example, during the parade, university parade, at the end, I was very drunk. So I felt like I was easy to manipulate, I think. And I barely remember this, but I remember that I was on the Faro dock, where the boats are, and I was super dirty, full of dirt, and some older people that I don't have no idea who told me this, they said, now you take off your clothes and you jump to the water.
Oh my God.
And I was so crazy in my mind that I was just like, let's go, public nudity. And I just went, yeah.
It's crazy. Like you could was this at night?
No, it was during the day.
During the day?
Yeah. I couldn't even barely swim. It was dangerous, somebody telling me to do this.
Mm-hmm. And then did they help you to get out? They just let you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Do you know if somebody saw you?
I mean, it's the dock of Faro,
yeah.
like where all the tourists are, and
because they could also call police, you know, or somebody.
I remember someone took me home.
Oh.
That someone that watched it and was like, "What is happening?" and went and took care of me. Mm-hmm. But the others were just making fun of me, basically.
So you didn't even think if you should do it. You just did it because you knew that during this week you have to follow what everybody tells you.
At the end of this week, I was just basically programmed to, not programmed, but I felt like I was kind of programmed to follow everything. Sometimes, not always, because of course I have my self-will and my own love. I wouldn't do certain things, but at this moment, I was drunk, not on myself, super. And when these older people told me, go jump on the water, since you spend, and this was at the end of the week, you are already okay, I'm going to do it. And then I just did it. And then when I was in the water, I was like, whoa, what did I just do?
Yeah, to me, it really sounds like a lot, kind of like brainwashing. You know,
yes, indeed.
Do.
It can be related to that. Some people can compare it to fascism.
Yeah,
fascism.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And kind of a dictator, or even a cult. For me, seems more like a cult, an old tradition cult that started many time ago, but still is in here today, which is crazy.
Yeah.
How this is still on.
But did you, when you had to do all these things, did you ever feel, how did you look at the senior students? Did you feel like you hated them, or admiration, or, because it's kind of this dictator, let's say, or the person who is above, and then the freshman students who are lower in the hierarchy. So I'm just wondering, how do you see the older student?
Okay, so I was hey, they are the older students, so they know everybody, and they are cool because they are the older students, and also they said they are going to help you, with your studies too, because they say oh, I'm gonna give you the exams, or help you do this course. So they they befriend you as soon as you get in university, first day, you don't know anything else, nothing. It's gonna be your first day of class. Then you're okay, I'm gonna try Praxe. And then they befriend you, saying these things, and then you are hey, they are super nice. They said that they're going to give me this, they're going to help me, I don't know. And some people take advantage of it. Those ones I hate, and I don't talk with them. Because they take advantage of this insecurity that younger people might have, and instability. They take advantage of this and then use it or to manipulate you and to do these psychological things.
Even, are you still speaking just during the first week or even afterwards? Do you think they are abusing their power even after, when the Praxe is over, or just during the week?
I think in our course, since it's just 1 week in our university, I think it's more controlled and can be seen. But then after, like, it's, you don't know what happens, because they can still do it, but they do it to the ones that are their family. Because when you end the praxe, you have to choose someone to be part of your family. A guy or a girl to be your godfather. Yeah. And then they are supposed to be the people that you got along most with, the people that you made most friendship with, and then you stay with them after this week. Then what happens after this week, I don't know. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
During this week, I mean, can be, bad things can happen, and have had happened. But now with this more control, it's more hard. But after this week, there is no control. It's like me coming to your house and accepting you doing me praxe.
Yeah. Do you know about bad things that happened during your time when you were doing the praxe?
Bad things that happened.
Either to you or other people that you heard of?
Yeah, for example, I can say one bad thing, like for the people that are doing the praxe too, for example. Because as I said before, it's not just people that are trying it, it's also bad, can be bad for people that are doing it. So we were in the beach, in a praxe activity at night, and then a girl from my class, she didn't want to do the praxe, so she called the police saying that they were going to kill us and they were torturing us on the middle of the beach and doing these crazy claims. And then the police came and it was like a big mess. They had to interrogate the people that were doing the praxe, and then they had to go to court because of that, and the girl lost because it was fake what she was saying.
But what were they actually planning to do?
To her?
No, I mean to everyone. What was the activity
on that day?
The beach?
On that day we were on the beach at night drinking, basically. Like I was on my knees, and then I put my like mouth up, and people were like, wow, putting drinks to me.
But they didn't dig you in the sand?
No, not on
Because
that day.
I heard that that's what's happening sometimes in praxe, right?
I mean, in our praxe we dig ourselves in the sand, but
you
not.
Do?
Yes, I've digged myself in the sand, but not vertically, of course, like just putting sand on top of me. But I've done. You have asked me before what type of things I've done. Okay, I've eaten garlic for looking in the eyes of someone or looking at them. Onion, how do you call it, the spicy thing?
Chili pepper?
Yeah, chilies too. Everything that can be spicy, they make a mix for you. I've been in the mud, because we are marine biologists, so they take mud and make a swimming pool out of mud where you have to jump inside. I've kissed fish.
You kissed a fish?
Yeah.
But that's cute. That's really nice.
Kissing fish and putting octopus on as a hat on top of my head.
Oh my god. A
But
dead octopus or alive?
Yeah, just for disclaimer, every fish and food that is used is not like good food to eat.
Okay.
It's already gone bad.
Okay, yeah. So it's not wasting.
It's not
food.
like wasting, it's not going to be salt. Which sometimes can be bad because you are kissing a fish that is not that in good shape.
Oh. Did you have to kiss it with the tongue?
Yeah.
Oh no.
And they have like a water which they let it in the sun for 3 years.
Oh.
But it's the water of the cod water.
Oh no.
So it's like fish water for 3 years in a container by the sun, and then they put it in sprays, like sprays, and they spray like the freshmen, so they smell like disgusting. That's why our course is like one of the most known also, because we smell so bad that everybody hates us.
The smelly people.
Yeah.
Does this also create like rivalry between the different courses?
In here, I think there is a rivalry, but
yes.
It's more healthy.
Mm-hmm.
There is no actual violence.
Okay.
It's just singing contests, basically.
Mm-hmm.
A big group of people singing the songs of their courses and others singing too, see who sings the loudest. That's like fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you are on the street with a big group of people, everybody like, ah, and the others screaming too.
So no
That's cool.
hate? Or
No
like
hate.
that.
But I know that in other universities there is more hate or aggression, but in mine I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
And also something I want to say, because you asked what I have done before doing the Praxe. In my course we don't have anything that is related with sexuality. It's not allowed. Like, and I agree with it. Like, you are not supposed to call someone like you are a, can I say a bad word?
Yeah.
Like you are a faggot, for example. Like, nobody will say this here, offend you because you are gay, or like make a boy and a girl kiss. Like, you kiss now, or you do like this game you saw with the balloon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't play this game. Like, we don't do this type of things. And I agree with it a lot because it's just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And like if a senior, for example, tries to take advantage of a freshman and has like a relation with the freshman, they are like screwed.
Ah, it's not allowed.
No, yeah, like these things are not allowed, you see. Doesn't mean that they don't happen. Like a freshman and a senior, they can be together on that week, like not being forced, but if someone knows that they were together, it's like a big mess because they don't want nothing of these sexual things to happen in our course.
Mm-hmm.
It can be very dirty, honestly, but we don't make nothing of those personal things.
Mm-hmm. So how can it be dirty?
Like
Explain.
being in the mud and
like in this way.
In this way,
And
not
not in a
dirty
sexual
in a sexual way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there some other like special or fun activity that you had to do that you didn't mention yet?
Special activities. I mean, I did.
Or even like something that was fun, you know, or that made you bond, like a team building activity with the other students?
When we went to have dinner together, and then we all had to cook dinner, but we were freshmen, so most of us didn't knew how to make a proper dinner, so we all bound together like to cook and like try to make a decent meal, and then sometimes the meal was like tasting horrible.
But that's nice, that's cute.
Yeah, and we had to bounce. Like, the idea is like they make you like pressure so that the freshmen bound together to make it easier. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, to make it easier to become friends.
Yeah, like you are
Quickly.
under pressure and then you bond with the people. And then the seniors, for example, they try to make sure that you are bonding with the others. For example, I go and ask you like, tell me the name of 4 freshmen that are right next to you. If you don't know this name, they will give you like a garlic because you are not making friends.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's smart actually. So,
But yeah, it's still a garlic. Yeah.
so did you, are you still friends with the people you met during Praxe?
Yes.
Do you feel like it, because this is the purpose, right? The purpose is so that people can make friends fast, become friends fast. So do you think that it worked? That if you didn't go through Praxe, you wouldn't make friends so fast? Or such a good friend?
For me, I think it worked because in 1 week I met lots of people. And like I never met before so many people in such a short time. But if it's necessary to have friends, of course not. Anybody can make friends anywhere. You don't need to go to Praxe, and I think you don't need to feel socially pressured to belong to it. And my opinion of Praxe is totally different from before, because I've done Praxe too, to others, and now like I feel like I wouldn't be able to do it. Like it's just not...
You wouldn't do it again?
Yes.
Like go through it or organize it for others?
Both, I think.
Both?
Maybe, I mean, go through it, it was more fun than organizing it for me.
You didn't
and doing
like
it.
So you didn't like to have the power over the younger students? Or how was it for you when you were organizing?
I mean, to have the power, that's kind of a rough thing.
No, but that's how it is.
Overall, if you want to quit, you can quit. But this power concept is something that like can be... Each freshman gives the power to say so. Like, if you allow me to do things to you, then yeah, certainly I will have power. But if you don't allow, you can always say no. Like when I did it, I always told people, you can say no. If you don't want to do this, you don't do.
Yeah,
but of course, that's the psychological thing, like you were saying before, like this being type of a dictatorship in certain way.
And you were not enjoying that role so much?
No, not really. I felt like I had a big responsibility over the freshmen. You see what I'm saying? Because I was a freshman too, and I understand. So you can make like not good decisions when you are younger.
So do the activities change each year?
Yes.
Change it a little bit?
In my course, it's like 1 year is more psychological, the second is more physical.
Okay.
It's an alternation between years.
Because so you do Praxe each year at the beginning of the year?
Yes, we do Praxe each year at the beginning of the year. But
just
each
for
person...
the freshmen?
Just for the freshmen.
Okay.
Okay.
But each year it's a bit different.
Okay, I'm going to try and explain everybody how this works. So you go in the first year, you are the freshman. The people from the third, they will do Praxe to you. Okay? For the entire week. And the people that did Praxe to the ones that are your senior now, okay? They do 1 night of Praxe to you of this week.
Okay.
They just do 1 night. And the other ones do the entire week. So you are a freshman, imagine you have done the Praxe. Now you are on the second year. On the second year you have nothing, no activities. And then when you are on the third, you will do the Praxe to the freshmen. And it's like consequently that this,
Yeah, now it makes more sense. And at the end of Praxe, is there some special parade or party, or how does it end?
At the end of Praxe, you have to choose the godfather, the boy and the girl that you like the most and want to be friends. It's like a way you tell everybody that these ones are the ones you chose, because it's very common for people to ask you like, who is your godfather? And you say who is your godfather, and like they know you are like friends because you chose this person. And everybody knows that this person did Praxe to you and you liked it.
So you choose?
You choose at the end, and then after choosing, you do like a big party with everybody, the seniors and the freshmen, all together.
And there's no parade? Because I heard that in Coimbra they have a...
Yes, there is the parade, which was what happened in that story I told you that I jumped It was after this parade. Yeah.
Okay. What does it look like, the parade? Do you go with music or?
You go with cars, and you have like the back of the car open with alcohol and drinks and food, but mostly alcohol, of course.
For free? For everyone?
For everyone that is in there, yeah.
Ah, okay. And you go through the city?
And you go through the city all in a line, and people go behind the car dancing, screaming coarse names, throwing eggs to everybody. And we listen to music and scream and go all together. And then when it's almost over, the firefighters, they come with a firefighter hose and they spread water on everybody. And it's like a DJ putting music, like water on everybody that is dirty.
Yeah, that sounds really fun.
Yeah.
And did they also baptize you? Like the new students? Did they do that?
When you choose the godfather, you are baptized by him.
So that's like, okay, officially you're the student now.
It's like officially you have done Praxe. When he does this to you, and you have a godfather.
And is it also that after this you can wear the traje, which is the traditional clothes for students?
You can wear the traje even without doing Praxe.
Okay, so maybe this was an old rule.
Yeah, the traje is an old university rule. But maybe in the past, who knows if you could only wear traje if you done Praxe, because everything has changed so much.
I think I read it somewhere that it was like this, and that's also what was kind of discriminating for the students who decided not to do it. So then they said, okay, everybody can wear it, like you don't have to deserve it. But just to mention, the traje is like a black long coat, right? And kind of like a school uniform.
Yes.
And the interesting thing is that J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter, was inspired by that because she wrote Harry Potter when she lived in Porto. And she saw the students, so that's why it looks a bit similar. And when
funny.
people come, it's funny because when you don't know and you come to Portugal and you see students wearing this, because they actually wear it. I had classmates who came to the class with this, wearing the traje.
I have a traje too.
Yeah, you too. Oh, of course you do. And then I was wondering, like, why are they dressed like from Harry Potter? But so it's because of this reason. And I also saw that you put special like badges on traje that you can sew on it. Do they have a special meaning?
Yes, like those badges, you have like also a code to follow. And you have to put your city, the place where you are born, something about your parents, the university where you study. After you follow like everything about you on a line, you can put anything you wish. There are really funny badges to put, like telling jokes, and really it's mostly just ornamental, just for looks at its cool.
Yeah, that's really cool because then each traje is unique. Everybody can make it their own. So that I really like. Okay, so actually I'm really surprised because I thought it's gonna be much more harsh, like your experience, but because from what I heard, what was happening in the past, there was a lot of controversy because there were many cases when the older students abused their power.
Indeed, there were.
And they were like humiliating the freshmen in a big way. There were really bad things that happened. And actually, in history, Praxe was banned 3 times. I found that online. And there is a huge number of cases when the humiliating or sadistic principles were reported to the court. There were also students who died during Praxe. And I found some examples of the unfortunate events. So I'm gonna read it now. In 2001, Diogo Macedo, a fourth-year architecture student of the Universidade Lusíada of Vila Nova de Famalicão, would die from wounds resulting of massive trauma to his spine, which the coroner would rule as having been dealt by a blunt object during a Praxe event. On the night of 15th of December 2013, 6 members of an academic troupe of the Universidade Lusófona de Humanidades e Tecnologias
Boa, continua.
would drown after being caught by a wave while performing a ritual related to Praxe. So this is the thing we were speaking about before,
Yes.
that they were digging them into the sand on the beach, and then a wave came and they drowned. On April 2014, during Praxe at Universidade do Minho, 4 freshmen climbed 1.5 meter tall concrete wall to celebrate their victory, and the wall ended up collapsing in a few seconds, crushing to death 3 other students between the ages of 18 and 21 that were standing at the bottom. And the last one is from here, from Faro. On the night of 23rd December 2015, a female freshman of the Universidade do Algarve would end up being hospitalized in an alcoholic coma after hazing rituals in Faro, which involved burying the freshmen in the beach and forcing them to drink alcohol beverages.
I was in there on the rituals.
You were there on this one?
Yeah.
2015, right?
Mm-hmm. It was in my first year.
So it was this girl that complained, that called the police?
No,
another
not this girl.
So you are the witness of this incident.
I am.
Do you want to comment on it? What happened there? Or did you know the girl?
Yes, I think I know the girl, so I don't feel too comfortable talking about it.
Yeah, of course.
But I have to say that nothing bad happened, either to the girl or to the people that were doing the praxe. Nobody went to court or had any problems. Mm-hmm. Everyone is okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. And there is also a huge number of complaints about the humiliation or about the abusive behavior. And do you know if the universities... So you already spoke about it, that the universities or even the students themselves are trying to make rules so that nobody feels excluded, so that nobody... So the police is looking after that, so that nobody's abusing their power. Do you know if the university also took some action or took some steps? Because I saw a poster campaign which was just saying Praxe is not obligatory, or something like that. Do you know about something else that they did?
Yes, for example, on my year when this thing happened on the beach with the girl, the director of the university, he got really mad with the situation, so he tried to make Praxe forbidden and make everything really strict. So their action is the university works with the MCV. You see, it's like a chain of command. The university works with the MCV to make sure that MCV is controlling everything so that this doesn't happen. That's why now most of the time when you are doing Praxe, you have one person of this MCV seeing what you are doing.
Yeah, so it's they were trying to...
Yes, because most university directors, they are kind of against it, against Praxe.
And there are still people, because it's controversial, so there are groups who are against, there are groups that are trying to maintain the tradition or just continue it because they liked it. So actually, what is your opinion about it? Should it continue?
I think Praxe should continue, but be different. Not what happens in most of the places, because otherwise there will keep happening these sort of atrocities, because that's what they are. What happened to the freshmen and these psychological abuses that can be done. I think it should be reconstructed and be like at least have rules for everybody. Because since there is such this freedom of being different in every place, it's more hard to control. Like mine is in this week, so all the attention is concentrated on this week, and still bad things can happen. Now imagine in courses where it's the entire year, one full year where you are on the Praxe, and like you can have activities in any time of the month.
So do you think it should be more controlled, or how would you make it different?
I would make it with less, like, don't do this.
Like less strict?
Yeah, like don't look me in the eyes, don't, you see? Like so much strict and being so aggressive. I would make it more on a social gathering of freshmen.
Yeah, this also seems so strange to me that the people are giving you orders, the senior students, they are giving you orders, they are telling you, you cannot do this, you cannot look me in the eye, and then at the end you have to like choose them and become friend with them, say like they're your friends, they're your godfather or godmother. Yeah. This is very...
it's a weird concept indeed.
Yeah, right? Yeah, and then like throughout the whole studies you kind of are friends, or you remain friends, if I got it right.
Yeah, but for example, some people create a character just to do the Praxe. It's not like it's there on a daily basis. They just create a persona for the Praxe. And they can do that just so the Praxe goes well, or they can do that to get advantage of others. Like they also want attention sometimes, the people that are doing the Praxe. They are saying like, oh, don't look me in the eye. And then another person, you look to them in the eye and they don't give you a garlic. And then another person, you look in the eye, they give you a garlic, so you're like, oh, this person is mean. And then the other is just not giving you the garlic, so you befriend him, give him more attention, and he can have all the attention he wants, and say like he has eight new friends of Praxe freshmen, because he's super cool and social guy. We can talk about like this topic for hours. It has so many weird things, and
yeah, it's really interesting, because I think it also shows the character of the people. You know, when you did you hear about, they made like a prison experiment a long time ago, I think it was in the 50s, that they just put a group of people, I think they were university students, and they put them in prison. So they were a group of prisoners and a group of the guardians who were like supposed to guard them, and then they were watching them, how are they gonna act, you know, like certain people got the power, certain people were like the victims, and some of the guardians started to act very aggressively and abuse their power, and they were like very violent and everything, and they were normal people before, like educated people.
Yes, like so, they changed their mind.
Yeah, this is like actually.
And
like
I think when you do Praxe, you kind of feel that. Like, and when these people have like, they never had the power in their life, not power, but never felt like they could order someone to do something. That they never had that experience, And then when they are put on the place of doing the prash to others, it's like they go on not euphoria, but like on a rush. And then they are mean and do like things that I don't understand. Like on a daily basis, I would see that person talk to them. They're like, oh, hello, how are you? And then on prash, they're like, all mean, like, don't look me in the eye, eat a garlic, do this, oh, I'm so mean, like all crazy.
Yeah, wow, that's insane.
I think this is very psychological and an antiquated system that still prevails. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it's really
It's an old, it's like this old concept of being in charge, like in a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, like a big hierarchy society. And yeah, it totally sounds like a dictatorship.
But that's one way of viewing things, because in other courses it's way more chill, and they do like this social gathering that I'm saying. And even in mine, there is many good things. I've met people that are amazing. They are super nice and good people. But it's the same in every system. There is these failures. But on this one, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
that's why
really
now I'm kind of against it too. Sorry.
No, sorry, I interrupted you. But yeah, I think it really shows the true colors of the people. But however, Praxe stopped with COVID, right? Do you know if it's coming back now?
Yeah, it's coming back. They had the Praxe this year, but they had a more relaxed and with distance. But I don't think nobody followed it.
Yeah, of course.
But it's supposed to be like that. But I was not here to watch. I was not in university.
Ah, okay, all right. So, is there something else I didn't ask you about, or something else you want to add? Because I think we're coming towards an end.
Okay. I think that if you are in Portugal and you are thinking about doing praxe, I think you should inform yourself and see how the praxe is in your place. And if you are okay with what they do there, you should talk with other people. Don't just jump into something like you think is going to be cool and you're going to have a good time, because there is evil everywhere. But overall, praxe can be good, and it can be this controversy. But if you are looking to make lots of, not friends, but meet people, because making friends is hard, can be hard, but if you want to meet people, praxe is a good way. But as I said, be careful and watch out where you're going.
Yeah, I think it's really important what you said, because maybe sometimes students do it because everybody's doing it and they don't know what are going to be the activities, right? And then it's hard for them. And yeah, so this is a good point to find out before.
Yeah, find out so that you are not surprised, because at the time of the surprise you can make a bad decision because you are being pressured, or there's many people telling you things and you can make a good decision, and then these controversies happen.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting.
It was super interesting. So thanks a lot, and see you next time.
See you.